That is a flailing.
So are we as baseball fans going to accept that? Are we going to allow Adam Ottavino to continue to get away with sorcery and witchcraft? I mean, hashtag not my game. I don't want my pitchers using sorcery. What about you? What's going on, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. Happy Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. And let me just do this real quick. Sorry, I had to do it. History was made in the Dodgers and Giants game yesterday. Bobby Witt Jr., who I chose to win Rookie of the Year, finally got on the board with his first big league home run. And the Reds, speaking of first, they are the first team in baseball to 20, not wins, losses. A quick reminder, if you're going to any baseball games or concerts anytime soon, use code Fuzzy over on SeatGeek to save yourself 20 bucks off your entire order. Now, before we talk about the games from yesterday, I do want to show these quotes from Jose Ramirez because Aaron Judge could never. Also, that's a joke. I love Aaron Judge and I hope that he gets his bag, but Jose Ramirez is a once in a lifetime type of superstar. He does not care about money. $100 million is the same as $200 million to him because A, it's a lot of money, and B, he doesn't need a lot to be happy. He likes Cleveland, he's staying there, and hey, build the statue already, Cleveland. What are we doing? All right, let's go ahead and talk about the games from yesterday, shall we? The Yankees and the Blue Jays. The Jays get one early, and Alek Manoah was throwing frisbees just like Adam Ottavino. He has kind of been the Darth Vader to the Blue Jays, Luke Skywalker. Basically, what I'm saying is he has been their father ever since he debuted last year. Judge connects, and he usually doesn't look very long into his home runs, but he enjoyed this one because Alek Manoah has kind of been jawing at the Yankees this year, so it's been fun to watch. Taillon continues to dominate good teams, tossing 6 without a single walk. 2 doubles in the 7th, bring home 2 more to give Taillon a chance to get the W, and the Yankees poured on after the Jays were not able to challenge a few plays because they wasted one on a play at first base. So that's a 6-run 7th, and then Stanton made a baseball go boom. 445 feet, that is 352 career home runs. He's going to be on pace to break the 500 threshold if he keeps this up, and the Yankees have now won 11 games in a row. Good luck beating them. Now, during this game, I just want to show a clip because Aaron Judge smoked that home run. I think that was his 9th. He is now tied with Rizzo and someone else for 9 home runs. Look at Canadian people. They're just so nice. So a Blue Jays fan caught it and gave it to a young Yankees fan wearing an Aaron Judge jersey. You just love to see that. The Mets and the Braves, they had a doubleheader yesterday. Polar Bear Pete nearly breaks his bat, but he hits it where they ain't, and Eduardo Escobar singles in another. The Mets doubled their lead in the 2nd. Pete Alonso is now sitting at 20 RBIs already, and thank goodness Mark Canha had a sac fly to make it 5-0 because Matt Olson went to Denny's. Yeah, he ordered a grand slam to make it a 1-run ball game. Hello everyone, this is Fuzzy from the future. That was definitely not a grand slam. That was a 3-run home run. I am sorry. But Edwin Diaz picks up the save, and the New York Mets take game number 1. Moving on to the second game, much of the same. Dom Smith instantly rewards the Mets for dropping Robinson Cano instead of him. He bloops a 2-run double the other way in the first inning. We fast forward to the 6th, where Pete Alonso shows off the all-time great raw power with his 5th home run. He is hitting a home run every 13 at-bats for his career, which is, again, historic. And I'm not going to lie, seeing this next player go off almost brought a tear to my eye because we love Carlos Carrasco Cookie. He threw 8 scoreless innings with 5 strikeouts. He overcame cancer. He was very kind to my brother and I when we went to the, at the time, Indian spring training. So I just love everything about Carlos Carrasco, and I'm glad that he is pitching well to start off the year as the Mets sweep this doubleheader. Now, during this game, I just want to show Max Scherzer was ejected for arguing balls and strikes. And yeah, so even when Mad Max isn't in the game physically, he's still going to find a way to get fired up and just be Mad Max. The Nationals and the Rockies, we talked about Pete Alonso's raw strength and ability to go the other way. Well, these two guys for the Nationals also have stupid pop. Josh Bell sends one the other way for a 3-run ding-dong, and then Juan Soto basically flicks his wrist and goes 415 to left field. And you know Juan Soto knows he's a bad mother effer because he was smiling a little bit, smirking. But yeah, I just did that. And Juan Soto is one of those guys that can hit a ball the other way further than some people can pull it. He has 5 home runs and a .405 on base percentage. Keibert Ruiz, who the Nationals got in the Scherzer and Turner trade, plates 2 more in the 5th. Yadiel Hernandez has been an RBI machine lately. He gives Eric Fedde a big lead, and Fedde cruised through 7 very easy frames. And speaking of easy, more easy pop. This one off the bat of CJ Cron. Here it is. CJ Cron was the 3rd guy that has 9 home runs. He's tied with Rizzo and Judge. And look at Keibert Ruiz, a nice little 3 RBI day. Hopefully he can have a breakout season. The Royals and the Cardinals, who does this look like? Okay, there's Bobby Witt Jr. golfing a pitch, looking like young Mike Trout, because we know back in the day and even currently, you do not not throw Mike Trout a hittable pitch because he will just drop the barrel and golf it. That's his first career home run. Harrison Bader, I'm not sure if he knew that because I guess he was being a jerk to the Royals fans, not to Bobby Witt Jr. himself. He tosses the ball into the fountain. Again, kind of a jerk move, but he didn't know that it was Bobby Witt Jr.'s first home run, so kind of cut in some slack. Either way, it's not really a nice thing to do. Brad Keller goes 6 1/3 scoreless, only 2 strikeouts though, but hey, if it works, it works. He has 19 strikeouts and 31 innings, which is not good at all in terms of being nasty, but he has a 1.74 ERA, so that'll get the job done. Olivares doubles to left field to score Lopez, and that opens the floodgates for a hungry Royals lineup, and they go feasting. Bobby Witt Jr. has another RBI. Michael Taylor brings home another to make it a 7-0 ball game, and quietly, Bobby is hitting .320 over his last 14 days, so you guys better watch out. The Twins and the Orioles, the Platinum Glover. Again, Carlos Correa has a really solid bat, but his defense is all-time special. Jose Miranda has his first big league hit and RBI on the same exact swing. Polanco adds another one in the 5th, and speaking of the 5th, look at this play. Joe Ryan does his best Matrix impression, and Carlos snatches it out of thin air to complete the play. Joe exits after that, and Thebar K's Odor to end the Baltimore rally. I guess trading for Mitch Garver hasn't been all that bad because Jeffers has been a man on a mission. The 24-year-old is up to 9 RBIs, 3 home runs, and is playing very solid defense behind the plate. Buxton continues his assault on pitchers, and the Twins have now won 10 of their last 11 games. They're 4 games ahead of Cleveland, and it's not going to be easy as Cleveland is now facing the Padres for I think a 2 or 3 game series. The White Sox and the Cubs, Chicago versus Chicago. Jake Berger got all of this one. Look at this missile. So he grabs an RBI. Just kidding, it was not a missile, obviously. Reese McGuire shows off the ancient skill, also known as the sacrifice bunt, and TA7 won't be having any of that because he likes to swing it. He barely misses a 400-foot home run. This one goes .399. Kopech is still stretching out that arm, so he throws 4 shutout with 5 strikeouts. He has a minuscule 1.17 ERA on the season. I can't wait for him to keep breaking out as a starting pitcher. We skip to the 9th where Liam has ice in his veins. No, literally, it was freezing yesterday. He has an easy 1-2-3 inning that gives him save number 6, and the Central is looking very interesting over the last few days because all 3 top teams are all on win streaks right now. The Brewers and the Reds, you know who isn't on a win streak? The god-awful, flat-out embarrassing, I am sorry, Cincy fans, the Cincinnati Reds, because Willy Adames doesn't care about your cheap ownership. The NL Player of the Week smashes a 3-run shot, and then the Brewers score a few more in the 4th after Cincy tried to fight back, so I give them a little bit of credit, but Woodruff had 12 strikeouts that ties a career high, and then Telez smokes an Oppo Taco. Devin Williams earns his 2nd save. Milwaukee is 2 games ahead of anyone, and the Reds have now lost 7 in a row, and they fall to 3-20. Just abominable, in my opinion. Just completely disrespectful to that city. The Red Sox and the Angels, I talk a lot of mess about Xander's defense, but sometimes he can flash the leather. He steals a hit from David Fletcher, and then Velasquez steals a hit from Boston later on in the game. Rafi doesn't like empty box scores, apparently, so he emptied the tank on this one. 440 feet, a moonshot to dead center, and Hernandez grounds out to make it a 2-0 game from Michael Wacha. Michael Wacha nearly gets through 6 innings of shutout baseball, lowering his ERA to 1.38, and then the Boston bullpen does not allow a single hit. Jesus might be coming back because the Boston bullpen has been terrible, but they were really good yesterday, and JD Bob's won for the cherry on top. So Boston is 8 games back. The Angels are 1.5 games ahead of the Astros. So at the end of the year, where are these 2 teams going to end up? The Astros and the Mariners. Seattle is trying to avoid being shut out again, and well, let's just recap the game. My favorite, I think I have to say this, my new favorite hitter in baseball has to be Yordan Alvarez. He's making me fall in love with baseball all over again. He barrels this one 435 feet to center, his 8th home run. Christian Javier was very good on the bump, holding the Mariners scoreless with just 2 base hits over 5 1/3. And just an FYI, Javier has a .96 ERA. Just wait until McCullers comes back. This Astros team is going to be scary. And I say that because you have the Correa replacement and Pena going off. He scores 2 on a single, and Altuve is back from injury. Do not sleep on this team. They are still a super team. And that was also Dusty Baker's 2000th win, so he sits 3 behind Bruce Bochy for 12th all-time. The Rays and the A's. Oakland scores early on a bases-loaded walk, and speaking of bases loaded, they get cleared on Kevin Smith's first ever grand slam. He came over in the Matt Chapman trade, and by the way, Shea Langoliers is raking in AAA for my team, the Aviators. He came over in the Matt Olson trade, so I guess the future might be bright in Oakland, but time will tell. The A's just have to coast. Well, that's not good if you're an A's fan. Brett Phillips makes it a 2-run game, and then Zunino clutches up. His pinch hit 2-run bomb brings the score even in the 9th. The A's can't walk it off. off, so this one needs extras. We have free baseball, and my goodness, Tampa Bay took full advantage. You have Yandy doubling. You have Isaac Paredes getting 2 on a single to shallow left. Margot and Zunino both did their things, and they scored 7 in 2 innings, 5 in the 10th to complete an epic comeback. The A's have now lost 5 in a row, so even though they started off kind of hot, I think they had a 9-8 record at one point. This is kind of what we expected, but then again, there's no shame in losing a few games in a row to the Guardians and the Tampa Bay Rays because I feel like those are pretty good teams. The Diamondbacks and the Marlins, Christian Walker hits a mammoth big boy home run, 435 feet, and Pavin Smith tries to match him. They both go 415 plus, and Pavin did that in front of his family. I believe that he's actually from Miami, or he kind of started his baseball career in Miami. Tel Marte rips an RBI ground rule double, and Walker takes advantage of a few ducks on a pond with a 2-run 2-bagger of his own. Humberto Castellanos works his way through 5 2/3 shutout innings, again with these scoreless starts, man. Either the pitchers are way better this year, or it's cold weather and the hitters just suck, or the baseballs are truly dead. I feel like I say scoreless start 10 times a video. Arizona didn't have a problem, and I guess the Miami Marlins didn't later on, as Jazz rips one past everyone to score 2, and then 2 more. Joe Mantiply notches his second save as the Diamondbacks barely squeak past the Marlins for a 5-4 victory. The Rangers and the Phillies, as much as I like Jeffers, I still love Mitch Garver. He's off to a slow start, but he could be a 25 home run guy as a catcher by the end of the year. Nick Solak, not only has he not been that great in the box, but he misjudges this one in left field. Hoskins gets 2 RBIs on the miscue, and Didi gives Philly the lead. But then dad strength, I told you, this thing is a real phenomenon. It is science. Jonah Heim just became a father. He ties it up on a home run. It's now 3-3, and then Texas breaks the bats out again in the 6th. They grab 3 more. Zach wrecks that pitch, and Simeon is looking to hopefully get hot after this little infield RBI single. All it takes is one base hit sometimes to unlock the swing. Joe Barlow grabs his second save, and the Rangers have now won 3 in a row. Go get pitchers. The Rangers can be good if they actually add some depth to that rotation. The Phillies fall to 6 games back of the Mets. Plenty of time left, but they have to start making their way back to 500. Bryce Harper and Castellanos are both slumping, so they played a close game even though some of their best hitters are not performing that well. And last but not least, Mookie, his bat might be lagging behind, but his defense is still going to be world class. CT3, no, not Chris Paul. Chris Taylor also wears number 3. He drives home 2 after a wild pitch from Rodon, puts 2 runners in scoring position. Now, real quick before we talk about Julio Urias, Carlos Rodon made history. He is the first pitcher ever in Major League Baseball history to have 8 consecutive starts without allowing more than 3 hits or 2 walks in any of those starts. Okay, back to Julio Urias. The dude threw 6 shutout innings. There's another shutout on 4 strikeouts. He did not allow a single base on ball, so no walks. He has a 2.83 ERA, not just in 2022, but over his last 200 innings, and he's not even 26 years old yet. The rest of the game was very mid, as the kids say. LA has a 3-1 lead going into the 9th, where Kimbrel needed 26 pitches. I repeat, 26 pitches, but he seals the deal, collecting save number 5, and LA gets the first of 19 games versus the Giants. So that is going to do it for today's recap. I hope that you did enjoy. Again, happy Star Wars Day. 4 years ago today, Albert Pujols made history, becoming the newest member of the 3,000 hit club, and also enjoy the rest of the web gems.
1-0 pitch. There's a flare out to right field, and there it is. Hit number 3,000 for Albert Pujols.
Here it comes. Fastball swung on, a little blooper. Coming in, Julio coming in, dives, and did he make the catch? Yes, he did.
He almost slid right over the top of his glove. He was blowing a bubble going after that ball.
Thompson up in the bullpen. Pache hits a fly ball toward the line in right. That ball is going to be caught. Brett Phillips
makes the selection using the PitchCom system. Boom blocks it, throws to second. Buxton took off, and Buxton's out. Another terrific play defensively. Hits it hard. Diving stop by Guillorme. Gets to his feet and throws him out.
Part of that discussion. This one bounced toward the middle of the diamond. Guillorme with another chance. A one-hop throw.